Anytime we're going from light to dark, we need to consider filling the hair, and that is especially important when we're going more than 3 levels darker. Filling is the process of adding in the tones that are missing from the lighter hair before we go dark. Right here I have a level 10, almost platinum piece of hair, and I want to take it to a level 4. Now to do that, if I was to simply put a level 4 color on top of this swatch, it would pull a lot of cool tones. It would come out very ashy because there's no natural warm tones to balance it out. It would also let go of that color really quickly. There's no foundation to build upon. There's hardly anything in here. So that color has nothing to grab onto, so it's just gonna wash out. So you're gonna end up with cool, ashy results that don't last very long. You're not gonna have a happy client. So let's look at the tones that are actually missing. And to do this, our natural pigment contribution chart is super helpful. I have a level 10, which means I am up here. If I'm trying to get to a level 4, I need to look at all the tones that are missing. So I'm trying to get way down here. So I need gold, I need copper, and I need red. And I need to add these in before I put this level 4 on her head. So how do we formulate our fill color? We want to go 1 level lighter than our final result. So if I'm trying to end at a level 4, I want to fill with a level 5. And that level 5 has to have all these missing pigments. So I need to add gold, copper, and maybe a little hint of red to get me set up for success when I do put that level 4 on her head. A good way to think about it is, where am I starting and where am I trying to get to? This is going to help you pick your tones. So right now my starting point is basically 0. You could see a little bit of yellow in there, but not very much. We should probably replace that yellow. Now, where am I going? This is a pretty neutral brown, maybe a few hints of warmth in it, but nothing extremely warm. So let's look at our options. When we fill, we want to use colors that are on the warm side of the spectrum. So that starts with our natural series, which has a yellow base to it. And that goes through the tobacco, which has yellow and copper, the gold, and our sun series. These are excellent for getting more neutral results. So if I'm aiming for a very cool brown, I don't want to blast it with color. I don't want it to be tons of gold and tons of copper, because now I have all that warmth I have to deal with. I just want a little bit of warmth. So if I'm aiming for a cool tone, I might use the natural series, maybe with a little bit of tobacco or a little bit of gold. If my end result is super warm, I want to aim in that direction. So instead of using the natural series, I would go warmer. I would maybe start with tobacco or gold and then hit it with a shot of the sun, just to give it that little bit of warmth. If my final result is in the red family or the copper family and I want it really, really bright, I'm going to take it even farther. So I might start with the sun series. I might add a hint of the intense copper, or even the red copper series if I'm going into those darker levels. So you want to think about what your end goal is and set yourself up for success. Think about the tones you want in that final color and aim for them. Everything you fill with has to be warm, but you can control how warm those tones are. So in this particular example, we're starting with our platinum hair, and we're going to this very slightly warm level 4. So I'm going to fill with level 5. And since there's a little bit of warmth in my final color, I feel safe going with a level 5 tobacco, maybe a little bit of level 5 gold. I don't need to go any further than that. We don't need any more warmth than that. That gives us all the yellow and copper that we need. If I was going any darker into the 2s and 3s, then I would consider adding a little bit of red too, because I want to fill out this color chart before I put my final color on her head. So that's how we formulate. Now I would put that fill color right on her head. I would let it process for 15 minutes just to get those colors soaked into the strand, give ourselves a nice base to work off of, And then we take our final color and we put it directly on top of the other color. There is no rinsing. You can towel blot your client's head dry, but you are going to put it directly on top of the other one. So your level 4, let's say you're doing a 4 chocolate, that goes right on top of your level 5 fill color. And then you're gonna process the remaining amount of time, 15 to 20 minutes, and then you're gonna rinse your client out, hit her with a color safe conditioner just like you normally would, and she'll be good to go.